second question I had was Judges 1:19.
Yep.
It says here, and the Lord
And
was.
they couldn't drive them out because they had chariots of iron.
Right. So I was just wondering, God had given them everybody else that they fought against. Well, why would this matter?
No, because it wasn't God's purpose for them to be driven out completely. It's not in only Judges 1:17-19. So let me show it to you.
Okay.
The Lord already said he would drive them up slowly, not completely, for two reasons. Number one, they were too young and they were immature when it came to fighting. And also there are too many animals that if they were all driven out at once, the animals may be too much to handle because they're so numerous, like bears and lions and so forth, right?
Okay.
And number two, the other reason why God did not allow them to drive them out completely was because of punishment, because they did not fully submit to the law of the Lord and decided to then worship their gods and goddesses as they entered in. So here is the same book. Here it is right there, spelled out black and white. But let's read it. Judges 2:1-5. Then the angel of the Lord went up from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I brought you up out of Egypt, led you into the land I swore to give to your ancestors, and said, I will never break my covenant with you, and you shall not make a covenant with the people of this land.
I'm on with Sam.
What is it?
You want to say hello? You sure?
Hello.
Come here. Come here. No, it's too late now.
No, don't be scared. You just
come here. No, he's calling for you now. Come on.
Come on now.
I'm dead
serious. Come on. He mean.
He goes right there.
What? Say what? Don't be scared. He mean.
We watch you all the time. Yeah. He said, "Don't be scared."
Hey, tell her that means she's a great woman if she watches me.
He said, "You're a great woman because you watch him."
Great is your reward in the kingdom, mister. All right.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Man, now the sacrifice you made to marry you, brother, you better be thankful.
I am, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. Here's why he didn't drive them out all at once. The angel that Jesus in his pre existence, I brought you up out of Egypt and led you into the land I swore to give to your ancestors. I said, I'll never break my covenant with you. You shall not make a covenant with the people of this land, but you shall break down their altars. Yet you have disobeyed me. Why have you done this? And I have also said, I will not drive them out before you. See here. I will not drive them out before you. They will become traps for you, and their gods will become snares to you. When the angel of the Lord had spoken these things to all the Israelites, the people wept aloud. They called the place Bochim. There they offered sacrifice to the Lord. Bochim means weepings. Again, same book. Judges 2:19-23. But when the judge died, the people returned to ways even more corrupt than those of their ancestors, following other gods and serving and worshiping them. They refused to give up their evil practices, stubborn ways. Therefore, the Lord was very angry with Israel and said, because this nation has violated the covenant I ordained for their ancestors and has not listened to me, I will no longer drive out before them any of the nations Joshua left when he died. I will use them to test Israel and see whether they will keep the way of the Lord and walk in it as their ancestors did. The Lord had allowed those nations to remain. Why? He did not drive them out at once by giving them to the hands of Joshua, because he just told you. Two reasons. They're too young, immature. They don't know warfare. They don't know how to cultivate the land. The animals are too numerous for them to control. So I'm going to keep them around who know how to cultivate the land, who then help them fight against the animals. But secondly, because of their disobedience and keeping covenant with these Gentiles who worship gods and goddesses, I'm then going to use them to punish Israel into repentance. Judges 3:1-6. Again, says it right here. These are the nations the Lord left to test all those Israelites who had not experienced any of the wars in Canaan. He did this only to teach warfare to the descendants of the Israelites who had not had previous battle experience. The 5 rulers of the Philistines and all the Canaanites, the Sidonians and the Hivites living in Lebanon mountains from Mount Baal Hermon to Lebo Hamath, they were left to test the Israelites to see whether they would obey the Lord's commands, which he had given their ancestors through Moses. The Israelites lived among the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Notice how they're breaking God's command. They took their daughters in marriage, gave their own daughters to their sons, and served their gods. So you're already told, not only in Judges, God already said, I'm not going to drive them out completely because you are too young, too mature. You can't handle the land and cultivating it, or the animals, the bears and lions, which are too numerous. And secondly, because you've been proving yourselves to be faithless over and over again, I'm going to use them to discipline you and beat you into repentance. So it's part of training them and punishing them. Training them to know how to fight, how to then run a land, cultivate a land, how to control the wild animals, but also to punish them because they repeatedly broke his words, not only in the land, but in the wilderness.
Got it.
Yeah. In fact, let me then show you here so that people don't think. He already is telling them here in Deuteronomy 7, 22 to 23. Oh, sorry. What? Yep. God already announced this before that he's not going to wipe them out completely. Deuteronomy 7, 22 to 23. Here it is. Look, long before they entered the land, right? Here it is. The Lord your God will drive out the nations before you little by little.
Right.
You'll not be allowed to eliminate them all at once, or the wild animals will multiply around you. But the Lord your God will deliver them over to you, throwing them into great confusion until they are destroyed. Little by little. Yeah. Right?
Yep.
And the two final ones. Exodus 23, 29, 30. But I will not drive them out in a single year, because the land would become desolate and the wild animals too numerous for you. Little by little, I will drive them out before you until they have increased enough to take possession of the land. And finally, Exodus 13, 17, 18. When Pharaoh here's the principle, let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. Why? For God said if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So God let the people around by the desert road toward the Red Sea. The Israelites went up out of Egypt ready for battle because they're not battle trained and they may be intimidated and cower.
Got you. Perfect. So just the iron chariots, that just happened to be what they said stopped them, but no matter what, it was going to be little by little. It was he was never going to give it fully over to them at that time. Yep. Because
the God who split the Red Sea and brought the plagues, you think he couldn't just destroy the chariots? But he didn't. He let them struggle against iron chariots to teach them, look, you're not as great as you think you are, and you're nothing without me. See, you can even drive them up because they had iron chariots. So what do you think they would do to them if I'm not with you? Amen. Teaching them not to trust in their own military might and prowess, but to be humble because this is a sign. Look, you couldn't even defeat them because they had iron chariots. You think you could defeat anyone if it wasn't for me? To teach them to depend on him, not on their might, intelligence, resources, or military prowess.
Got you. Thank you, Sam. See, that's why you're one of the warriors, man. That's why.
Well, have your wife and you pray for me that as you guys ask to be filled with the Spirit, finish race, I stay holy and not shame the Lord and finish the race.
I will. We'll definitely have you in our prayers, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Love you too.
God bless.
All right.
Do you guys understand his question? If I throw you out, it's to make more room, guys. It's not anything personal. Okay, you guys understand the question? These questions are excellent. Now, you're learning a lot. If you're listening,